All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to Fireside Chat number 158. Sorry for some of the internet issues last week. I think that was just during office hours, but hopefully none of that this time around. First things first, Festival of Hope has begun. That runs throughout all of July. We'll see if we get any kind of specific events or anything, but the main thing is you can put HLS hyphen at the beginning of your nickname, which I will talk about a little bit later. Some of the reasoning behind that. It's in honor of a clan called Hope/Stand, but we will get into that a little bit later. In the meantime, looking at other recent stuff, we'll have a couple of birthdays coming up, both fall and later for early this month, as well as new roll call has begun. Naturally, it is the first. If you're an officer or you have any duties involved in member review, please make sure you get that done. And in terms of contact people who missed roll call, promoting and demoting members. As a reminder, once again, any officer can promote or demote members up to the rank below their own. So the expectation is that hopefully between all of us, we will get that covered and not miss people who should be promoted or should be demoted. So if you are an officer, go ahead and give that spreadsheet that's pinned in Command Center a once over now and then, and that will give you some info that just tells you if people are active, etc., which is helpful, of course, for knowing if they should be promoted or demoted. All the rank details, rank requirements, and such are in About WA under the Welcome channel. Welcome category, rather. I think other than that, not too much. If anyone does have ideas or events or anything they want to hold in honor of the Festival of Hope, I'm all ears for those, so let me know. Other than that, let me see if anything else. Don't think so. So, Festival of Hope is based around Hope/Stand. So basically, there's a very famous cataclysmic, disastrous event that befell WA right around December 2001, January 2002, that essentially destroyed the clan. Save for three people who stuck around, which would be Dane, Dippity, and Varsus, all of whom are Ainuyar. And basically, the three of them formed a new clan called Hope/Stand, the sole purpose of which was to fight against the clans that had helped to destroy WA. So, to briefly go over the Ragnarok, which was what destroyed WA, it was kind of rebellion from within and an assault from without. A lot of people turning traitor, and basically the WA clan channel on StarCraftBattle.net was taken over by others. The WA website and forums were taken over. Dane was banned from all of these platforms, and as a result, the clan was essentially dead, aside from a few pockets of loyal resistance that eventually fizzled out. So Hope/Stand was created to get vengeance, and the star of Hope/Stand, you can see on the calendar, was Saint Sanctifico the Conqueror, who would go and infiltrate and fight many of these clans. So there's a lot of different ways when you see things like clan wars and such described in WA history and lore. Generally, this is talking about infiltration of other clans' websites, forums, StarCraft clan channels, and the bots that they use in those clan channels, and the acquisition of all of that, or at least the attempt. That's kind of what we mean when we say war. Now, if you look at some of the more recent sagas that I wrote, we're obviously not talking about that. We're kind of past that phase of Battle.net. So it's often metaphors for different things now. So Hope/Stand and Saint Sanctifico specifically were able to dismantle several enemy clans, most famously the MMM, or Mighty Masters of Mayhem, which is a clan created by Anaconda. Now you also may see in some WA lore and artwork, Anaconda is often depicted as sort of a giant serpent that Saint Sanctifico defeated, which has a lot of parallels to Norse mythology if you read into that. For example, Thor fighting Jormungandr, the giant serpent, who, of course, is defeated by Thor, but Thor dies as a result usually after taking 7 steps, I think is the usual telling of the story. So that's parallel with Saint Sanctifico and Anaconda, who would go on to form Imperial Alliance, another clan that had a lot to do with and against WA over the years. So yeah, Hope/Stand basically recruited Saint Sanctifico. It was founded by 3 heroes of WA, and essentially, through its efforts, WA kind of was reborn in the Second Fleet. When Dane reformed WA at the pleading of Saint Loki the Savior. So that's kind of the place that Hope/Stand has in WA history, so it's a very important one, and it's something that's been celebrated a lot. It's celebrated a lot by House Dippity and by the White Knights of House Dippity, just given how pivotal that all was to House Dippity's own history as well. And of course, House Dippity was the first house formed at that time. Houses were very different, but there was a house formed called the House of Laudalach, who was Klingon. And that would be the predecessor of House Dippity. Essentially, it would be renamed House Dippity by Saint Loki the Savior in honor of Dippity Dog himself. So that's a little bit of history about Hope/Stand, some of those early years. There's more on the forums. There's the abridged history of WA. There's also some other documents. If you do want those, talk to me or some others. I'm sure we can hook you up with some good reading links. But that's a little bit of basic info about Hope/Stand. And Festival of Hope, of course, we use the HLS tags in honor of that, because it's essentially a transformation of the WA tags we would use on StarCraftBattle.net. So if you join the clan StarCraftBattle.net, the way you showed that you joined and you were a member and you cared about it was you put WA hyphen before your name, and of course chose a Norse name and such often too. So therefore, to honor HLS, we did the same thing with HLS hyphen. So that's a little bit of background on the Festival of Hope. That's it, I think. That'll do it for Fireside Chat, so we'll go ahead and sign off and hop into Cert Holler. I'll hop office hours if anyone wants to chat, has questions or suggestions or anything. If not, I'll see everybody next week.